Will it start? What did I get myself into? We have a 1988 Perkins, has not been started for over a year. Got another boat hauled out. This one, the drive is not shifting. We pulled the actuator out. We know that one of the shift cables is seized up, so that's going to have to be replaced. We're looking for the wiring schematic so we can pin out the actuator, the shift actuator, and see if it's working. The reason we can't find it is because this is all discontinued product and it's not where we would normally find it. So we have to contact Volvo and they will dig up the wiring schematic for us so we can pin that thing out. And this will be the fourth boat we have hauled out that we have work to do on. Both pods have oil in the water, so we're going to get it hauled out and start figuring out what we have to do.
All right, looks like Matt and I are going to be landing this one. What were you saying wasn't working? Something's not working here.
One of the drives won't shift into gear.
Okay. We got Mel on board, helping Captain Eric.
Please subscribe, turn the notification bell on, thumbs up, comments. We appreciate it.
Some things aren't necessarily working the way they're supposed to. That's why they come to see us. You had a bumpy ride? At least it's smooth out today. Imagine if it wasn't.
Well, we got a little tougher on one engine.
Yeah. I'm really glad that it was calm out today, as you can see, because only one engine worked for them.
They gonna pressure wash that?
Yeah, we're gonna do a light rinse.
Okay, he wanted that?
Just to get some salt off. Yes, I have it in writing.
Okay, perfect.
What kind of ship do you think I run around here? Tight line.
So a bunch of water came out first. So all of that, don't mind the bottom, that was already there, but all that water came out. Look at this plug. It's all solid. It's legit just solid. It's like glue.
Yeah, now this one isn't going to come out easy because we didn't run this engine. It
wouldn't turn on. There we go. A little more water came out. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, look at all that. Like, it's not even mixing with the water. It's all solid. That's crazy, man. Here's the starboard side, all nice milky white. About to pull off the port side right now. And it's the same kind of thing. Not as coagulated, but still milky white.
Yeah, that's more brown, but still it's no good.
No, it should not be that color.
That's the point.
It should not be coffee color. So Mel, what you find out from Mike and the shaft so far?
On this side, the outer shaft is 0.037 backlash, and I'm getting ready to do the inner shaft now.
And yeah, once he's done with that, I will start tearing apart this and the inner shaft out while he goes and mics out the other shaft.
But today what I'm going to be doing is pretty much going to get both these pods ready to be dropped sometime next week. So I'm going to be over here bagging and tagging all the hardware, labeling the hoses and all the electrical connections, making sure I have a mental note of where they go and what they go to.
So here we are. I am crammed in as best as I can be, trying to be comfortable. But usually when I am the one taking apart these pods, what I like to do, especially when it comes to like oil lines, like when there's a bundle of electrical connectors together and you can't really see where it's going. So I'll take some tape, I'll write 1, 2, and 3s on them, tape it to the actual, like the wire bundle or the wire, the connector, or in this case, the hosing. So I'll tape a 1 on this one, and I'll tape a 2 on this guy right here, and then I'll just take a picture of like way up here, so I can see the entire run, and I can see where 1's leading to, and then I can see where 2's leading to. So that just helps me remember things. It helps even the next person. They could be like, hey, I know you're on this boat, I see these markings, can you send me the pictures? And then they can just follow the pictures super easily. So it's more for me, like, so I don't forget, or because we have like 3 of these boats going on, 3 of these projects going on right now, so a lot of stuff can just get lost in translation. So I like to do this just to be on the safe side, so we know where everything goes, nothing gets mixed up, and everything goes back to where exactly it's supposed to go. I'm just gonna snap a quick picture here when the 1 and 2 and where they're leading to. After that, wherever I put it, I'm going to try to fight these off. They can be a bit tight sometimes, and honestly, I do not have the best of angles right now to be pushing this off. So we're gonna see. All right. So these are actually coming off a lot easier than I thought they would, which is very, very nice. I don't have to sit there fighting with them. Diapers down in here, so a bunch of oil doesn't go all over the place. Let's try to get a zip tie up here. All right, there we go. We're gonna take these off. And oil is definitely gonna come out of these for sure. This was the side that had the oil that honestly looked like latex paint. It was so bad, the motor actually, it wouldn't put this transmission into use. It put it in a limp mode, like a limp go home mode, and this engine could not be used because of how bad that oil actually was. So let's see what it looks like coming out of these lines here, shall we? Yep. Look at that. It's just, I barely even want to stick my finger in here, but yeah, like it is thick. There's resistance. That's bad. It's very, very not good. So that's what we're here today to fix. All right, so the real nice thing about Volvo is that I'm gonna start taking these off, and Volvo labels what exactly they are. Your rev sensor, your SUS, your oil level, forward and reverse. This is an emergency thing. And you got your main power right here. So for forward and reverse, I still like to label them 1 and 2 because I can't, especially on this angle, I can't see. I mean, I guess you can. There's reverse, there's forward, but still, I like to label them 1 and 2 just so I can have the top view picture of them, just so I am double, triple sure that they go into that spot. So I'm gonna quickly start labeling all of these, taking lots of pictures of where they go, and then I'm gonna start taking these all off. Next is gonna be getting this guy off, just 2 bolts, this whole thing comes off. 4 bolts for the coupling, which speaking of which, I need to go get my breaker bar for. And then the exhaust needs to come off. It's pretty easy. These water inlets need to come off. That might be a little bit of a challenge because like I was saying, this kind of gets in the way of seeing and getting onto those bolts. So it can be a little bit challenging, but we'll get it done. And then this pod will be ready to drop. And then depending on what time it is, when I get finished with this guy, I'll start on the next one over. But this one's definitely gonna get ready to be dropped today. So I got all the connectors out. Ooh, let's not lose the socket now. That one's somewhere that I gotta go find. Gotta go searching for. Great. All the connectors got off. Just finished breaking the coupling bolts loose. The best way that I've realized to do it is grab 2 breaker bars, shove one in the middle, and then use the boat itself as kind of a leverage point. And it works 9 times out of 10. The 1 time out of 10 that it doesn't work is just trying to find the angle that you can put it at. But yeah, just gonna zip these out, and then I'm gonna get the exhaust off, move that out of the way, undo all these bolts, put in 2 up here, 2 up here, 2 on this side, 2 on that side. So I'm working on the water inlets now. Even though you can still get them off with the upper gear in the way, because they're Allen head bolts. They're not regular hex head, they're Allen heads. And there's 2 of them per inlet. Oh, never mind, there's only 1 inlet on this. They have a plate over here. So I only got to worry about 1 of them. But you can see, right? So you got this one and this one. Now try to do it with an actual, like, a valve in the way. This is all the turn I get is right there. That's it. So it's a little infuriating from time to time, but we always get her done.
Just a quick little recap. Everything is disconnected. We only have 8 bolts in the actual ring itself. And for those 8 bolts, what I did is that I zipped them out, and then I started them again by hand and then zipped them back down so it's holding the pod. But once we come over here with a forklift and are ready to drop it, those bolts can just be quickly unzipped and the whole pod will come out quite easily. Starboard pod is done. The only thing that's left now is to do the port pod, and it's pretty much the same exact process as what we did over there. Just unhooking everything, labeling everything, making sure that we know where everything goes, leaving those 8 bolts in the ring so it can hold itself up, and then once we're ready, drop the pods.
Okay, so we talked a little bit about this tool we're building. This is it. So in these engine rooms, there's only like this much space above the engines. When you're working, trying to drop an IPS out of the boat, which is back here, let's say this is the engine. So this is gonna bolt into one of the hoist points, this big bolt, tighten that down, and then we can adjust this in and out and get this over center of lifting gravity on the IPS. Got a little battery power pack for it. So we'll be able to lift the IPS using this. And I got the Kevlar rope instead of the steel wire, because then we can just loop this around the whole IPS drive and lift it up, and it's soft, it won't damage anything. And it's 2,500 pounds, so they say an IPS weighs approximately 550, so we should be good to go. Oh, this is just a little NOCO battery boost, and you put it in emergency mode, and it provides power. Makes it easy. Mel just mounted this on the winch on here. So if I was to try to buy the tool from Volvo that they make, it's not anything like this. They don't make this. This is homemade. But they have a big cradle that goes on the outside of the boat, and you use a forklift, and it's adjustable and everything. And it's a pretty good tool, except I think I priced it and it was like $12,000 or $14,000. So I've got a couple hundred into this. We'll go with this.
And you need more than one of the special tools, because one of the special tools is only for 2 of the IPSs, and there's 4 different sizes.
Yeah. So this will be kind of universal. Will it start? What did I get myself into? We have a 1988 Perkins, has not been started for over a year. The owner is out of town, or he's been out of town all this time. He's been overseas, and he called and wants us to give it a tune-up and then see if we can get it started. So we're coming over here to take a quick look. All right, let's see if this is the right boat. Hey, Larry. Okay. What do we got?
Trying to figure out the battery situation right now.
Batteries.
Perkins looks in good shape. Looks like a Ford Lima. There looks like 3 banks.
So yeah, this does look like a Ford, but it's Perkins brand. 4-cylinder, and we're going to check all the fluids. I think we're going to change the fluids. Filter looks pretty good, but we will drain the bottom. There's a little crap down there. We'll put new Raycor in there, put a new oil filter on it, maybe some new oil in it since it's been sitting for a year. Yeah, that's what Larry's going to work on. And then he's going to figure out these batteries. All right, well, there's a switch back there that says house. You got that one on already, right?
Yes.
Well, let's do this. Let's get the...
I'll get the information on all the filters.
Yep.
Impeller.
Yep. Let's get the oil out of it. Make sure we check the belts and check the coolant.
Yep. Hygrometer.
Oh, on the coolant?
On the coolant, or do we have a look at it? And
Just have a look at it. If it's clear, or if it's not all rusty and stuff, leave it in there. If we need to top it off. All right. Let's change the impeller too, just because.
Yeah.
And like I
I'm trying
said,
to figure out this the battery situation. Right now, this bank is only showing me 1 bank. But that doesn't mean that these are connected properly either.
well, we don't really need the batteries anyways, right? I don't
No.
think he wanted us to look at the batteries.
Yeah. I don't know if there is any more, or if I didn't see any solar panels. That bank back there,
Yeah?
those Reynolds, that's for typically for solar.
I don't care.
It's a big bank.
Yeah. These look all brand new, so this is a big power bank, but man, somebody installed this with this little flimsy piece of wood. You get in rough seas, and these will break this, get tossed around, and yeah.
You're in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Same thing
I
on
would
this one.
change this to aluminum bottom.
All right.
Is it 2030 or 2050 rather?
I think we have Rotella. That'll be fine. For that old Perkins isn't going to be very picky. I guess this is for the engine. I'm going to turn this off.
Go ahead.
Just while you're working on it, Oh, well, that turned off the lights. All right.
There's an extra battery.
Just turn it off. Just turn it off if you can while you're working on it. Be safe, Okay, you good? All right, we're heading out. I've got a doctor's appointment today at 11 o'clock. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I already gave blood. Hopefully everything's good. I seem to be pretty healthy. So let's go back to the shop. Larry's going to be working on that.
Flexible prop. It's in perfect shape. Shop zinc. Here, into the quarter. Compass bearings tight. No slop. No play in the rudder bearing either. Here's the engine room. 4108. Might be a 4107.
I use one of those.
It's one or the other for sure. I think it's 4107. And it looks nice and clean. Engine room is nice and accessible. Yeah, the only thing I don't like is the abyss right there. I would put like a mesh on there. Something. Access to the back here, and then in here also.
What are you doing there, Larry?
We're changing this is the primary filter, fuel filter. Change these O-rings. Cover back on. Okay, I'm changing the raw water pump impeller out now. Oh, fun access to that baby. Yeah, the primer pump is no good.
Primer pump, no bueno.
Right here, disconnected. Love it. I got some suction.
So we got a bad fuel primer pump. You can see it's been going through a major refit. And we got Larry working here on this beautiful Perkins. So he's working on the fuel system. We did find that the electric primer pump is no good, and then the ball valve has a pinhole, so it's leaking fuel as well, so that needs to be replaced. We're gonna see if this old lady can get started. It's been about a year or so since it was last ran, so did some oil change, filter change, some fluid checks, and now we're gonna be bleeding the injectors and see if we can get her going. All right, so we're outside, and Larry had requested for a quick start, so let's see what she does. All right, ready?
Yeah.
More?
Hang on a sec.
Let's see what happens here. Well, it starts. I just bumped it a couple times to make sure it would rotate, and then I just did it, and it started right up.
It's too warm.
Okay. Well, that was very encouraging. Engine started right up. I bumped it a few times first, and we're good. Well, look at what I got. Yeah, driving the big green truck. I had to get the forward fuel tank sender replaced, and I did not feel like going through the hassle of dropping that tank myself. So I took it to a dealer, or not a dealer, but a car shop, and they did it for me, and I just picked it up. It's running great. I know it's not the prettiest thing, but that's something we're going to talk about on my way to another job. This is a 1997 Ford F-250. It looks a little rough, but mechanically she's in really good shape. The engine's solid. We got some rust here that needs fixed. This fender needs to be replaced right there. And on the other side also, there's some rust. The wife and I have discussed is I don't want to get rid of the truck. There's several reasons, but the main ones being I ordered this in 1997. I was still in the Navy and ordered it brand new. Had to wait for it to be built. It's got the 7.3 liter Powerstroke in it, and we've had it ever since. And I have done updates on it over the years, by the way. It's got airbags, new leaf springs, 139,590. So yeah, I didn't drive it much, and now that we live in Key West, you're lucky if you put 3,000 miles on a vehicle in a year because you just don't drive that far. But as far as upgrades go, let's get back to that. Oh, and it's got an ashtray with an actual cigarette lighter thing, and I think I still have the cigarette lighter things. Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, I still get that too. I'm not a smoker. So upgrades, airbags, put the 1-ton leaf springs on it. I deleted the mechanical fuel pump and put on a electric fuel pump with a fuel water separator and a fuel filter. I have replaced the turbo. What else have I? Oh, it has a Banks Trans Commander on it, and also has a Banks chip on it that is only 85 horsepower. I have replaced the injectors, but I put OEM back in. I don't know, various other little things that I need to do. I want to get the rust taken care of. I don't know if I'll get it painted again. I would like to consider replacing the front axle, which is I hate the front axle on this thing, like a independent kind of axle. Notoriously, it's always out of alignment. So I've seen on forums and stuff that people put a solid front axle on there. And so if you know anything about that or know anybody that has knowledge about that, please let me know, because that's something I'd like to consider. Oh, and my interior. These seats the foam in them is starting to fall apart. I need to just figure out about people that have bought later year, I can't find seats for it. And they've taken later year truck seats from a salvage yard or whatever and put them in here, but I know they had to change the mounting bolt pattern. So if anybody knows anything about that, let me know. Overall, it's a great truck, plenty of power. So let's talk about why I'm keeping the truck, or why my wife and I have discussed keeping the truck. Main reason is a new F-250 HD, which is almost a 350. So let's say a new F-350 extended cab, 8-foot bed, 4x4 with the diesel in it. It's not the world famous 7.3 Powerstroke. It's whatever they are on now. Plus it's DEF. This is not DEF. You're looking at $80,000, $90,000 and you can't even work on it. I know the truck well enough where I can work on it. Like I've replaced all the injectors and injector cups myself, replaced seals, done all kinds of work to it. And the computers are not hard, 3 or 4 computers, but they're all separate little boxes. They're readily available aftermarket. You can get aftermarket and put them in. That's what I've done. That's why I think we're just going to clean it up a little bit. I'm going to keep it. So before long, I think I'll be able to put antique tags on it. I don't know how many years that is. Tell me what you guys think. Big Green is back on the road. So we are looking for project engine something. And we want to do YouTube videos on it and post it up on our YouTube channel. Just send us an email, what you got and what you want to do. And we will review that. And if it's something that meets our requirements, then we will get in touch with you, see if we can get it fixed and whatever is going on and make some videos and have some fun.